What's up, Broncos? My name is Skylar Jewel Hammy, and this is your Week in Review. Beginning with our focus feature surrounding Black History Month, we take a look at the Black Greek life organizations at WMU. Looking to find their way in college, many new students associate themselves with fraternities and sororities to immerse themselves in organizations' deep social and business networks. One of those students was Bianca Miles, current chapter president of Sigma Gamma Rho Sorority, Inc. Sigma Gamma Rho is one of the 8 chapters at Western that make up the National Panhellenic Council, or more formally known as the Divine Nine, with Zeta Phi Beta being inactive on campus since 2016. Speaking on why she joined Greek life, Miles solicited her desires to collaborate with others, saying, quote, "When we don't have that sense of community, we end up feeling isolated and alone, like no one else is there." Brandon Harlan, chapter president of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity, Inc., the oldest Black community on campus, talked on the wider community support activities they do. This includes running Big Brother programs in local schools, saying, "We want to make an even bigger impact on an even bigger scale." The new developments to Western's student resident halls has led to the Little 3, French Davis, and Zimmerman halls to close after the 2020 spring semester. These closures will also include Draper and Sichleg halls as well, as preparations are made for the upcoming Hilltop Village development. This puts into question the security of jobs for Residence Life employees. Steve Palmer, Director of Housing and Residence Life, assured people and employees, saying, quote, "The closure of French Davis Zimmerman will not have any impact on any Residence Life employees being employees, and they have all been guaranteed their position in other buildings in Residence Life." Lene Stankus, Associate Director of Housing and Residence Life, then gave the expected changes to staff numbers come the 2020-21 semester. These changes included decreases for many of the positions, with RAs dropping from 127 to 98, student front desk and office staff from 200 to 250, and hall directors to 7 to 9 with opening of Arcadia Flats. Central office professionals and student staff leaders will remain at 25. WMU's Big Idea initiative has changed its focus following criticism received by students and its current direction. In an email sent to students on Wednesday, February 12th, the program took a different tone from its usual message, with its new tagline being the most outstanding. The new tagline, "College is a place to go, Western is a place to become," has changed from its previous iteration of "where students become masters of their fate and captains of their soul so they can change the world." The email notes the change as the result of feedback it has received from students. This most likely alludes to criticism the initiative faced when it was first unveiled in October of last year. One of the more outspoken members of the community against the initiative is David Hoskins, president of the Residence Housing Association and current leader of a student coalition. Speaking earlier in the month on the initiative, Hoskins states, quote, "A lot of people are now talking to the administrators about the gentrification that's happening. How are they not really focused on diversity of students' voices at all? They're just focusing on the money." And for our final story, we have the story of WMU basketball player Breanna Mobley and her newfound perspective on basketball and life through motherhood. Redshirted for the 2018-19 season, Mobley formally sat out for medical reasons, but not one due to injury. During this time, she was pregnant and gave birth to her daughter. Although having the option to let her eligibility expire at the end of the last season, head coach Shane Chipful decided to keep Mobley, and he did rightfully so, with Mobley now a senior being one of the most accomplished players in WMU history, leading into the current season. Stepping away from basketball was a challenge for Mobley, who has been playing continuously since she was young at her local YMCA league. She said, quote, "I kind of lost myself a little. Last year I did not know who I was without basketball." She continued with, "I've always been Bree the basketball player, and I was still on the team, but I had to find different ways to contribute. Now fully recovered and back on the court, Mobley has had time to reflect on how motherhood has changed her perspective on life and the role basketball plays in it." Talking about her daughter, she said, My daughter made me a way better person. Now I think about, do I want my kid doing this, or is this thing I want my kid to look up to? Speaking directly impact of basketball, she said, being able to show my kid you can do anything you can put your mind to is amazing. A lot of people believed I couldn't come back and doubted me, but I'm not here to prove them wrong. I'm doing this for me and for my kid. There you have it, Broncos. If you want to read this week's headlines and many more stories on what's going on around Western, pick up your copy of the Western Herald or visit westernherald.com. This has been Skyla Jewel Hammy signing off.